everyone, it's Beth from Sweetheart's Hair, and today we're going to be doing this gorgeous half up style. It's really, really unique when you're looking for something a bit different for occasion or prom, whatever it may be. So let's get started. We're going to start this style by taking a small strand of hair at the crown area. And this strand here is going to be our constant strand, okay? It's going to be wrapping around the hair. So then you're going to take a small slice of hair from one side, and our little wrappy roundy one is going to go over and under. You're going to take another small slice of hair, and it's going to go over and under. So before we take our little feeder strand over and under, we're going to add into this one. So taking a small strand, adding it into that one, and now this one is going to go over and under again. Same applies to this side. We've added in, and our little feeder strand is going to go over and under. Sorry, under and over. So this is what you're going to keep doing. You're going to keep that nice and tight in the centre, and these outside strands are going to have strands added in. So I've added in there. So our little feeder is going to go under and then over. Keep pushing that up, keeping it nice and tight. So again, it's going to go under and over. Pulling tight again. Now our little feeder is getting a little bit thin and it's getting a bit shorter. So all I'm going to do before I take any more hair and add it in here, I'm going to just come underneath and just borrow just a little bit more hair into our feeder strand. You won't see that, so don't worry. So adding into this section here. So we've added in, we're going to go underneath and then take that over the top. So we've added in again, little feeder one goes underneath and then over the top. Don't forget, you don't want any gaps here, so you've got to keep pushing this up. So I want you to keep repeating this until you've used up all the hair to the ear. So I'm going to do my last two on either side now, and then we do something a little bit different. So we add in there, little feeder comes underneath, all the way around the top, pushed up, and then last one on the other side as well. Okay, so you could stop the braid now by putting in a little elastic here, just joining that little feeder strand to the back of the head, but I'm going to do something a little bit different. First thing I'm going to do is make this a little bit bigger again, because he's gone very small. So I've made that bigger. Now we're going to stop adding in hair, and instead we're going to take hair out. So before I take this one underneath and over the top, I'm going to just take out for myself a little strand of hair. And now we're going to go under and over. And that little piece of hair is going to be left out. Same on this side, little strand, and our little feeder is going to go underneath and back over. Pushing up the same way as we did before, but can you see these little strands are being left out now? That's going to look really pretty in a bit. So again, this one's gone a little bit thin, but I don't want to attach it to the head now, so I'm going to borrow a tiny bit from this side and add it in to our little feeder. So again, our little feeder goes under and over. And then we give it a little boof. Goes under and over. Pushing up. So can you see, guys, that this is now getting thinner, which is kind of what we want. We want it to look like it's coming back in again to a point at the end. So I'm just going to continue this down until it gets really, really thin. We've nearly created our little diamond shape. Very, very close to. And then I'm just going to tie a little elastic. I'm going to end the braid there. A all I'm going to do is just borrow a little piece of hair and attach those together. And then you can just gently just create a little bit of texture in this crown area. And then you can just take a little bit of texture spray, or a hairspray would probably work, maybe even a dry shampoo. Just make sure that stays out there like so. And then I'm also just going to take some hairspray and just take some separate bits and just lift those up slightly, just to again create some texture to the style. You can just brush this out if you wanted to, you haven't got to do this there. So from the side you've got that nice depth to the hair, which I think looks really pretty with occasion hair. You can decide if you want any bits down at the front. I'll just spin around for you. I just feel like there's just so much interest to this style. If you're going to do a half up, it's just something really different. Let me know in the comments what you guys think.